What if the life you have been living suddenly feels like a costume that no longer fits? It is not that anything is wrong, but nothing feels right anymore. The job, the habits, the conversations, they all seem strangely hollow, as though you are an actor playing a part you have forgotten how to believe in. This deep sense of feeling disconnected is not a breakdown. It is an unveiling. It is the most reliable sign that your awareness is expanding beyond the old limits you once took for reality. You are not falling apart. You are simply waking up from a pattern that has run its course. This separation is terrifying because the mind's greatest trick is to convince you that it is you. For your entire life, you have operated from within this structure. Your beliefs, your fears, your goals, you have experienced them as me, as the basic truth of who you are. The mind has been so convincing, so constant in its story, that you never thought to question whether you and your thoughts were actually the same thing. But now something is shifting. A deeper consciousness is emerging. It is the part of you that can observe your thoughts without being the thoughts themselves. It is the part that can feel an emotion without becoming the emotion, without drowning in it. This hollow feeling you are experiencing is actually the new deep space opening up between the observer and the observed. You are no longer just the actor on the stage. You are becoming the audience too. And from that new perspective, from that higher viewpoint, you can finally see the play for what it is, a performance, not the totality of existence. This shift in perspective is disorienting because you have spent decades believing the performance was real. You have invested so much energy into maintaining the character, perfecting the role, convincing yourself and others that this is who you truly are. Now, as you begin to witness it from the outside, the investment feels wasted. The effort seems absurd, and the whole structure appears fragile. But the mind, the part you have always known as you, does not let go easily. It panics. It sees this new, spacious awareness, not as freedom, but as a threat to its very survival. The mind has built an entire empire on the foundation of being you, and now that foundation is crumbling. Its power, its purpose, its very existence depends on you believing that you are your thoughts, your emotions, your patterns. So it fights back. It creates noise, tremendous amounts of it. It floods you with sudden anxiety, whispering urgently, "You are losing control. Something is deeply wrong. You need to fix this immediately." It hits you with doubt, mocking your emerging awareness. Who do you think you are? This is nonsense. You are just confused, maybe even losing your mind. It will even create fake nostalgia, creating a desperate longing for the good old days when the hollow costume still felt comfortable and you believed wholeheartedly in the role you were playing. It paints those days in golden light, conveniently forgetting the dissatisfaction that was already there, simmering beneath the surface. This resistance is where the real suffering lies. The friction is not the breakthrough itself. It is the old identity clinging on, digging its heels in, trying with everything it has to pull you back into the familiar pattern just as you are about to escape it. The suffering comes from being caught between two states. One foot in the old world, one foot in the new, stretched painfully across the threshold. So how do you know if you are just stuck, wallowing in confusion, or if you are genuinely on the verge of a breakthrough? You look at the evidence differently. You stop interpreting every uncomfortable feeling as a sign that something is wrong. These are not just random negative feelings. They are specific signposts, markers on the path toward greater awareness. That sudden, unexplained anxiety that seems to come from nowhere? It is not a warning that you are in danger. It is the sound of the old mental framework beginning to crack. It is the static that occurs when the old identity starts losing its signal, when its broadcast begins to fade. Anxiety, in this context, is not sickness, it is transformation. That deep boredom or hollowness with things that used to excite you, activities that once brought pleasure and meaning, that is not depression, at least not in the clinical sense. It is clarity. Your awareness has simply become too sharp, too refined to be fooled by surface pleasures anymore. You are no longer satisfied with the mere idea of happiness, with the performance of joy. You are now craving what is real, what is authentic, what goes deeper than the surface of experience. Even the feeling of isolation, that sense that no one else understands what you are going through, that you are utterly alone in this strange territory, is a sign you are not being abandoned.